people who don't think that are crazy. But the point is that, right now it's just had the biggest launch of all time. And it's because, and this
Bigger
is the thing,
than Apex?
100% bigger than Apex. And I think and this is what I think makes it so interesting. Apex had a huge launch. You know what they also had? A huge marketing budget. You know how much
True.
Valorant has spent on influencers, as far as I'm aware, and I'm pretty sure this figure is accurate? 0. They don't spend on influencers because they've done the way more genius thing. They have that closed beta access. And then there's this beautiful little ecosystem life cycle known as Twitch drops, which is you can only get access to the beta. You can only get a beta key by watching people stream the game, which is
so smart.
It's
smart.
actually this genius concept. And I reckon
Who
actually
came up with this?
Twitch.
Who started doing this first?
Twitch, absolutely. But like, here's what I want to know. I want to know if Twitch charges for it. I want to know if Twitch says, hey, Valorant, we'll pair with you and we'll do drops. But
wait, you can only do it on Twitch?
Yeah. Because it's
YouTube?
like no. It's like an integrated system within
Really?
Twitch. Yeah. So you link your Riot account to your Twitch account, then Twitch basically will pick accounts at random that have their Riot account linked and give them access to the game. So it creates this beautiful feedback loop.
I didn't even think that. Yeah.
Where normally you would have to get you'd have to pay a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer money to play your game. Especially on launch when people are kind of expecting it. But Valorant's like, oh, no, we're not going to pay you. But we will, if you're lucky and you play ball with us, we will enable drops on your stream. And if they enable drops on your stream, your viewership will increase by a multiple of 10. You'll go from someone like Summit, who would normally stream to like 30, 40K people. You're streaming to 200, 250K people. I think he hit like 400K at one point. Like absolutely just wild numbers. And then the YouTube, all the Twitch streamers, they want to play it. And that's all they're going to play because the viewership that it brings and then the money it brings from their community from that is crazy. And then the feedback loop goes even bigger because for Valorant, not only do they now have all these big YouTubers playing it, the viewership numbers for the game as a category on Twitch are just blowing everything else out of the water because whether or not everyone in that stream is an actual engaged viewer or how many of them are just people VPNing with multiple accounts, it doesn't matter. Companies will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their game as the current most viewed game on Twitch. Like a lot of companies around launch, they'll try and coordinate several big Twitch streamers to all go live with it at the same time so that all the viewers stack up and they become the most viewed game on the platform. Because then more people are like, oh, what's this most viewed game? We want to go watch it. And it's like a constant feedback loop. So with this, what essentially they've achieved with Twitch drops is all the Twitch streamers are doing it all for free. It's getting insane exposure because they're all doing it for free and because the viewership numbers are getting pumped up because of the drops. And then on top of that, you've then got all people writing articles about what is this game that's currently taking over Twitch. These viewership numbers are insane.
Yeah.
They literally hit the most viewed game category of all time. I think was League of Legends Worlds, where it hit like 1.1 million views. Valorant, when it launched at beta, just with a bunch of random streamers playing it, was 50,000 off being the most viewed game, like total viewership count at any time, just because people were trying to farm those beta keys. Like
I had a couple numbers and at low tide, so at its lowest point since people have been playing it, it had over 800,000 concurrent viewers. And at its peak, it had more than double that with 1.7, which is tying the Twitch records for most concurrent viewers ever.
Yeah, 100%. And
it's nuts.
And like going on it now, like, yeah, the viewership's down, but it still has 700,000 people watching it.
That's crazy.
Which is just like, you wouldn't see that during, or you might see that during like the Fortnite World Cup. Maybe.
So what about Dr. Disrespect? Did you see that drama?
I saw the drama. I didn't read into it enough to know.
So the drama was that he was apparently lying about having drops enabled. So what you were just saying about like getting those massive viewership because you have drops. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
So
Like, was
basically
it
what
cheeky
happened,
or was it for real?
well, I think there's more context you need because I'd love to know if it was a mistake or not. Basically, that, you know, all the big streamers had drops enabled. People were able to, you know, get codes for the game by, you know, watching a live streamer play it. And Dr. Disrespect was one of them. You could get codes by watching his stream. Then the devs basically came out and said, whoa, okay, we had like way more influx than we thought. We have to temporarily disable drops for a day just while we like get the servers caught up with the player base. He kept his title on drops enabled, even though drops weren't. So my only part where I cut him slack is I wonder if you know, like he just didn't get that news flash or whether it was malicious. I don't know. If it was, you know, deliberate, then obviously, yes, that's a dick move and he shouldn't have done it. That's a fact. But yeah.
So he actually put out a statement on this.
Oh, he did?
And
okay,
his
see, I don't know
statement
this.
said, I have a statement to say. There is a lot of people that were upset that I had drops enabled in my stream title last weekend. I should probably step up and be a man about the situation. A lot of people were upset about it. News outlets picked it up, he begun. He then delivered an official statement to those upset by his actions. I would like to put out an official response. I don't give a fuck.
I was going to say, I am not expecting him to come out with it's literally like, what's his name?
He continued, you're looking at the best in the business, baby. You think I give a fuck? Holy shit.
Oh my God.
He then named his next broadcast Drops.
I was literally like, I'm on his stream right now and it's Drops.
That is so funny.
I was going to say, you know what that's like?
Fuck it.
That's like, what's his name? The MMA guy, you know, the MMA champion. What's his name? Irish. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like after he won his second championship, he came out and he was like, you know, I just want to take this time to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. The two-time does what he wants. You know, like, yeah. Like,
I love that. I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of shit people get so annoyed about these days. And it's just like,
no, like I think it is fair. Like I think it's fair. Like I think if you're, you know, if you're, you shouldn't like lie about that. I think that's totally fair. It's like if it was an honest mistake, you know, you'd be like whatever. But obviously, you know, if it was malicious, that's kind of a dick move. But it's also very on brand in the way that he dealt with